Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Preppy. And what I want to do tonight is to talk a little bit about water, but specifically about rainwater collection. Because most of us say, oh, I'm going to just get rainwater when the grid goes down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 55-gallon barrel up and I'm going to collect water from the gutters. But how long will the 55-gallon barrel of water last? Do you know? Do you have any idea? How long will it take to fill up a 55-gallon barrel? How much rain does your state get or your city in a month so that you have an idea of how much rainwater you can get? And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you another way to collect rainwater that nobody really talks about. And it's a really good way and it will work. And it will give you that extra amount of water that you might need so you can bathe and water your vegetables and just live a little bit better life. So let's go look at how much water you're going to need and how much you're going to get to fill your rain barrel. Okay, we're over here at Innovative Water Solutions, which gives you a rainwater catchment calculator, and it's called watercache, cache.com/resources rainwater-collection-calculator. And I just put in rainwater calculator in Google and it came right up. You're going to need the square footage of your roof area. You're going to need to know how much annual rainfall you get or how much in each rainstorm about. And then it'll give you the potential number of gallons you can collect. And then over here, I have U.S. climate data here, and I put in Connecticut, and you can get by city, but I just did it for the state, and I wanted it monthly, so I had an idea of how much rain we get every month in inches, because I had no idea. And if you look up Arizona, I mean, it's like 0.2 inches, so there's a big difference. So going over here, if I'm going to fill a 55-gallon barrel, how much rain do I need? And think about a 55-gallon barrel. It's not going to last you very long, especially if you have 3 people in your family and you're only using a gallon a day. 3 into 55 is going to be about 18 days, which is not much. And if you really wanted to do it right, you'd need more than a gallon a person a day. You'd need something like 3 gallons. Now, I live in a small house, so my square feet of my roof area, I know I'm 30 feet long, and it's kind of hard to tell because of the pitch of the roof. I'm going to say it's 15 feet high. So 30 times 15 is 450 feet. And I'm going to say, let's say I get on the average of 2/10 of an inch every time it rains. If that's so, I can fill my rain barrel because I'm going to get 56 gallons approximately now. So what you're going to do, you cannot afford, if the grid is down and this is your only source of water, you can't afford not to have water. So what you probably should do then is connect 2 rain barrels together so you get the overflow from one goes into the other one. Now, if I put in 3 inches a month, that's 841 gallons. And that looks like an awful lot. But it really isn't. You're going to be using it up. And you might run out of water before you get the rest of the rain in that month. But if you're going to have 3 people in the family and you're using 3 gallons a day, that's 9 gallons. Let's divide by 10, it makes it easier. 10 into 841 gallons only gives you 84 days of water. So you've got to think of that. And you're going to have long periods when you're not going to be able to fill your rain barrel. So calculate this so that you have an idea of how much water you can get and how many rain barrels you're going to need. Of course, I'm talking just one in the front, then you're going to need one in the back, and with the overflow, you're probably going to need 2. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then what I wanted to talk about was how to catch some more rainwater. And this is the idea. I just haven't seen it talked about that often. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, here's another method for collecting rainwater. Surface area is really important. The bigger the surface area, the more rainwater you can collect. So let's say we have we decide just to put some buckets out, and we have a 5-gallon bucket. Now, with a 5-gallon bucket, that's about a foot across, 6 inches, half a foot. Pi r squared gives you about 0.7 of a square foot. And if we put that into our calculator and we say, oh, we're really lucky today and we got 2 inches of rain, and then we see it's only a gallon of water. So that's not very much. You could put a whole bunch of buckets out and you're lucky to get a gallon of water in each one. So what do you want to do? You want to have tarps. So you can take a tarp, and I have this paper towel here. And what I would do is I would just fold it like this, make a kind of a funnel so that you can collect the water, and you're going to have it go into something, into a bucket. We're going to have to see how big our bucket has to be also, but we can go into a bucket with it. Now, the other thing you can do, and it doesn't have to be high up, the other thing you can do is cut a hole in the middle and then put a pipe or something through it and put that on a bucket. And that's a little bit permanent, a little bit more permanent. And now you're saying, I don't have any place to put a tarp. Sure you do. You've got your driveway. You've got your backyard. You've got your porch. If your backyard is all for growing food, then use your driveway, use your porch, use every square foot available. So let's go over and look at some tarp sizes and see how much water we can get from a tarp. So we're back at the rainwater collection calculator, and this is about the square footage of our 5-gallon pail. And if we were lucky enough to get 2 inches of rain in one fall, notice we don't even have a gallon there. But now let's look at tarps. I don't know what size tarp. Let's talk 5 by 7. That's 35 square feet. And let's put in an inch of rain. That gives us 22, 21 gallons right away from an inch of rain. That's pretty good. And that's just with a small tarp, 5 by 7. How about a 10 by 14? That's what, 140 square feet for an inch of rain? That gives you 87 gallons. So see how you can supplement the rain that you're getting from your rain barrels by putting up some tarps. And the tarps can be removable, and you just bring them out every time that it rains. The other thing I wanted to mention is if you live in an apartment, and I know there's not a lot you can do if you live in an apartment, but let me give you 3 different things you could do, and they're really only for short term. One is you can get together with everybody in the apartment building and decide to catch the rainwater on the roof or from the gutters. The problem with that is probably that you're going to have to guard it, and some people are going to think they deserve more than the gallon of water, so that might be tough. The other thing you might do is get some of those collapsible water containment, water jugs. They're collapsible, so you can stick them all underneath your bed or someplace where they're not in the way. Because if you have a lot of water saved, water takes up a lot of space. So you have all these collapsible water jugs under your bed. As soon as the grid goes down, what you're going to do is drag them out and fill them right up. Because you're going to have a period of time before the water stops running, so you will be able to fill things up. Again, it's not a long-term solution. The other one is if you have a balcony, maybe you could put a tarp out on your balcony. And let's say it's only 5 by 5. I really have no idea how big balconies are in an apartment, but suppose you only have 25 square feet. You get an inch of rain, you've got 15 gallons. Not a lot. It's not going to help you long term, but it might help you in the short run. So those are my ideas for catching rainwater, and I hope you check out your square footage of your roof, how much rain you get in your area, so that you can figure out how many gallons you're going to get, how many 55-gallon barrels you're going to need. And again, when we go back to the tarp, 7 by 5, 35, you're going to need something that holds 21 gallons. And you don't want to waste water because it's going to be precious. So you might take whatever you're using to catch your water in and put it in a tub so that if there's any spillage, you catch it in the tub also. So think about things like that. And if nothing else, if you have too much water, maybe you could sell it. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.